If you want to get ahead as a male, learn how to be aggressive, learn how to be assertive, learn how to be unbothered, learn how to not give a fuck. You have to do what is best for you, regardless of how people feel about you. And until you understand this, you will continue to be held back. Because the world is like one big ass high school, and there's a ton of bullies around. And once people can smell your vulnerability, they'll act like a shark and make sure you cannot achieve your potential. They will make sure of it. This is why you have to understand how to be ruthless. You have to understand how to say, I'm going to get what I want from this world, regardless of how everyone else feels. Because what people will do is they'll make you care about their feelings so you can't get what you want. And then they'll be trying to get what they want behind your back. This world is ruthless. And until you men understand that you have to put yourself first and you have to be aggressive to get what you want, you will always fall behind.
You know, I used to think like this, though. So I get it, right? You get your heart broke. You go outside and things don't go your way, and then you got to cope, right? So I was very 48 Laws of Power, young, 18. I was very Machiavellian, 33 Strategies of War, like very logic, right? Be ruthless and all that. Until you get in your 40s and you realize that you haven't been a whole human being. The problem with this approach is you are going to end up denying your humanity. In being ruthless, you're picking a side, right? So you're picking a way of thinking, stoic, right? You're picking an approach on how to get the things that you say that you want. And you might get those things, though, but at the same time, you'll eventually crash out because you're a complete human. You cry. You should cry. You have feelings, and it's not just anger. You are growing. You can't even experience your full humanity with this one-track mindset. And it's usually a response, right? A girl broke your heart. Your mother broke your heart. It's usually have to do with a woman, right? But men come and take your things too, if you're a smaller guy, whatever. So the world does what the world does, and your response to it is be ruthless. So basically, you are becoming what you experienced. Basically, you got bit by a vampire. Now you're one too, right? You're going to end up getting the things that you want or you think you want, but at the expense of your humanity. Listen. Move and operate in love, right? Be ruthless, right? Towards your goals. Now, what that means is there's a guy that you want to be. There's things that you want to do, and you're violent towards that. Meaning you're not making excuses for yourself. You're not going to let no one throw off your program. You are going to get to the things that you say are important to you come hell or high water. So you're ruthless to personal development of maxing out and becoming the best version of yourself that you're leaving your tank on empty. So you're ruthless when it comes to your time and how you use it in terms of distraction. So ruthlessness is a tool, okay? But then you put the tool down when you don't need it, because you have to get soft too. You have to be gentle too, right? In being soft, like just look at the way a tree blows back and forth. Huge tree. And the reason that it doesn't break is because it can bend, okay? So you have to learn how to bend. You have to learn how to be gentle. Every thought system are just tools in a toolbox that you use for specific areas in life, okay? When a person is competing with you, you compete back. You're trying to get a reward, and you have to go up against somebody. But then when the competition is over, you put it down, okay? So you have to be fluid, right? And it's real dangerous for young guys to talk to guys. Like, you don't have the experience, right? You have to have wisdom to say certain things, because like myself, I was young, dumb, full of cum, and I was very set in on how I seen the world. Till you lose your parents, till you lose your friends, till you go through the maturation process of being a parent yourself and marriage, and just you become more aware of your mortality, stuff like that. Like, younger men should spend time listening, right? Spend time asking questions, not just from men, people, right? Be around elders, visit the cemetery sometimes for, it'll humble you, right? Because everybody in the cemetery had plans. They thought they was going to do something the next day. Hell, I think I'm going to do something later. But life deals us different cards, right? So I understand this mindset because I was very again, 48 Laws of Power. I have all the dark psychology books. I have all the manipulation tactics. I know it all, right? And the ill thing is you end up doing it on yourself, right? You end up never outshining the master. Listen to this shit. Pose as a friend, but be an enemy. That Machiavellian thinking is from a period where the Medicis and all these people were fighting for power. This mindset, do you know what those people did to maintain power, right? So what about the incest? Do you choose that as well? Do you choose unaliving your brother, your sister, or even your children because they're the heir to a throne? This is where this mindset comes from, right? It's a caveman identity. And if you want to play that game, then you got to go all the way, right? So if you're going to be 48 Laws of Power and be ruthless and all that, then go all the way with it, though. Don't pick and choose. If this is what you're on, this is what you're on, right? But personally, though, I think you have to be more fluid. I think you have to pick time and place to use certain thoughts and tools, but operate in love. You don't just operate in love, yo. You don't want to carry this heavy burden of, first of all, maleness. You're a man, and if you want to get ahead, what does getting ahead even look like? Is it money, right? Is it emotional health, emotional intelligence? What does getting ahead look like? And then when you get the money, what? Right? You're going to get a woman, or you're going to buy a car, right? And then you're going to drive the car around people that doubted you. Let me guess. And then, yeah. You're going to get a place. You're going to get a crib, and then you're going to post the crib, and you're going to post the crib to people that doubted you in high school. This is how, right? Or you're going to get the baddest, prettiest bitch you can find and flaunt her around because, after all, people doubted you, and you got to prove everybody that they're wrong about you. It's the same story over and over again. What does getting ahead even look like? And how would you know you're there? And when you get there, what are you going to do? Right? 9 times out of 10, crib, car, chick. Same. Right? Take care of yourself. Operate in love. Be a compassionate samurai. You can know how to take life, right? That's a thing. Because you have to defend yourself and stuff like that. But at the same time, be gentle enough to hold a baby. Be gentle enough to hold an elder's hand walking across the street, right? But also be sharp enough to defend that elder and defend that baby, right? But young men need to just listen. This is a young man, right? You gotta live a little bit, man.